Well, greetings, Life Church family. This is Brian and Terry Glubish up in Canada, and we sure miss you all, but we're delighted to be able to do this devotional. And I'm basing it on Psalm 23, and I'm going to encourage you perhaps after we're done to read it. But let me start this way and say, God is good. And I can almost hear you answering in response all the time. And I want to ask the question, really? God is good all the time, even those times when it doesn't seem like things are going so well for us? But that's what Psalm 23 does, is it helps us say that God is good, even when things don't seem to be going so well for us. Psalm 23 is familiar. It's one perhaps that is a favorite, that has been memorized. And I wonder if you've ever thought of it as the, "Oh, the places you'll go" psalm. Of course, some of you may recognize that title. It's a Dr. Seuss book. And I like the fact that Dr. Seuss, for all the encouragement that he has in that book of places that you can go that are awesome, there's also a little bit of a reality check in it. And so let me read you just a little portion of it. It says this: "Wherever you fly, you'll be the best of the best. Wherever you go, you will top all the rest. Except when you don't, because sometimes you won't." So why would I call this the "Oh, the places you'll go" psalm? Because it identifies places that we all visit in our lives. Sometimes those places are positive, they're lovely places. Sometimes they're not so nice, they're difficult places. And sometimes those places, the lovely and the difficult, are right next to each other. Psalm 23 is chock full of this beautiful imagery of places we'd love to enjoy, like these green pastures and still waters. A banquet table that is spread with an amazing feast for us to enjoy. And there's another place that I'll tell you about in conclusion. As you can see right now, we are in a great place. We are in our own little bit of green pasture beside the still waters of Sylvan Lake up in Canada. And it's generally a peaceful place where my soul is restored. But at the same time as we are eagerly anticipating visiting with our kids and our grandkids and all the memories we make here, our hearts are aching over the loss of Zach Hoffpower, and as we consider the agony the family is struggling through right now. So there is peaceful, inviting imagery. But there's the other imagery we all know too well. These other places, the places where enemies lurk, adversities on our doorstep, the valleys of darkness. And the psalmist knew those places all too well. Fortunately, we do have seasons of trouble-free motoring, periods of peace, but we also experience very deep darkness. Darkness that is so intense that the words "God is good" can seem an empty, hollow, taunting echo. So wherever you're at, whatever place you're in right now, no matter how socially distant you may be feeling, Psalm 23 is your reminder psalm that God really is good. The focus of Psalm 23 is God's great goodness. But what goodness can there be in those places that are not so nice, those horrible places we'd rather not be in? It starts by saying, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want," or "I shall not lack." What's amazing about that line there is that the Hebrew term lack, not lacking, or not wanting, refers to the all-sufficiency of God's grace to meet the needs of His people, no matter what they're going through. And that's the tension of our existence, isn't it? We have the promises of protection and provision, and the outworking of those promises, however, in the stuff of life when curveballs are thrown at us. Remember, I listed the pleasant places listed, and I said I'd fill you in on one other place. There are green pastures and still waters that we get to enjoy, but we can visit those places daily. You see, those places are located in a much bigger place, and it is this. It's a place that we can call "even though." The psalmist says, "Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Even though I walk through the dark valley, the worst that life can throw at me, God is with me." And that's the best place, the place to be where God is with us. The psalm ends, "Surely goodness and mercy will do what? It will follow me." The Hebrew term there, translated "follow me," can actually be translated "pursue me." His goodness and mercy pursue us. And I like that because it gives me the image that we can't outrun His grace. We can't lose God. God will never lose our trail. He has relentless love that never gives up. And so God's promise to us is that I will never leave you. I am with you always. And I can visit the green pastures and still waters of knowing that He is with me, no matter what. No matter what I am in, no matter where I am, He is there. In those harsh places, in those pleasant places, He is there. And that is all the comfort I need. The psalm ends with, surely goodness and mercy will follow me all the days of my life, not only on this planet, but also in the life to come. And I will, and you will, dwell with Him forever. And so I close with this: God is good.